He was in the crowd last night at Grant Park in Chicago. And Spike, I don't know if people look back 125 years and look at this event like we now look at Gettysburg, but I suspect they might. What was it like to be there?
It was, I'm still trying to put in words and feelings what I experienced last night. I did not cry last night, but I woke up early this morning and watched the various news shows, and the tears were streaming. Not as much as Jesse Jackson last night, but I was Jesse coming down with Jesse.
Yeah.
But it was amazing, and it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new beginning, and I'm just blessed that I'm here, and God is great. It's wonderful.
You know, Spike, a lot of us have been talking, we were talking with Tom Brokaw earlier this morning about 40 years ago, from Grant Park 1968 at the convention to Grant Park now.
Right.
But let's just go back to 1989, the world you lived in when you did Do the Right Thing in 1989. Talk about how far we've come from 89 to 08.
Well, we made a big difference. Do the Right Thing was really not necessarily about America as a whole, but I really think it got the temperature of New York City at that time was really polarized under the then mayor, Ed Koch. But that is history. 1989 is last century. We're in a new day. This is November 5th, the year of our Lord, 2008. This is a new America, and America's made a seismic shift, as I said. I will continue to keep saying, as far as race goes. I think for me, the signal to me, a lot of other African Americans when Barack with the Iowa caucus, because there are 2.5 black people in Iowa, and when he won that, that's when I think a lot of African Americans said, you know, this thing could happen, because we understood us voting for Barack could not make it happen alone.
Mike Barnicle.
Hey, Spike, one of the things that, by the way, I'm glad you don't have an anti-Red Sox cap on or an anti-Celtics cap on out there.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for asking. Harold Ford just mentioned something that it's difficult for a lot of white people, I think, to really get their arms around because we live in a largely white country. But the aspect that Harold mentioned was that our children, your children, my children, sometime soon, within the next decade or so, are going to look back at this epic moment that occurred in America yesterday, and they're going to say to us, the older generation, what took you people so long? Do you ever think about that, what happened last night in terms of that?
I think about it all the time, but we cannot forget the 400 years of slavery. This is something that nobody wants to talk about. It's not taught in schools. All this came out of 400 years of slavery, which built this country. And we haven't been able to deal with that. How are you going to deal with everything else that came behind that? But as you're talking about historians, it's going to be BB and AB. BB is everything happened before Barack. AB is everything that's going to happen in this country and the world at the Barack. It's a defining moment. BB and AB.
Hey, Spike, it's Willie Geist. It's good to see you this morning. I was happy.
How you doing, Willie?
I'm doing all right. I was happy to hear President-elect Obama say last night that his first order of business would be to fix the Knicks. So I'm pleased that we're going to start there as a country. Help us heal.
We only ask for one miracle per decade.
And that is a miracle. You're right about that. You're right about that. But we were talking off what you were just saying. We were talking to Tavis Smiley earlier, and he said, make no mistake, this is history, but let's not go too far and overstate the now, quote, post-racial society we live in. In other words, a victory by Barack Obama does not wipe away American history. I wonder what your take on that is.
I think Tavis is right, but you still cannot deny the seismic shift that has happened. Racism has not gone away. It's been interwoven in the fabric of American society. Again, we have to go back those 400 years plus of slavery. But it's a new day. It's a new beginning. And I think that I want to talk about, let's think about the pictures that we saw of McCain-Palin rallies. Contrast that with the rallies of Barack Obama and Joe Biden. The Republican Party is stuck in a land of TV land. Leave it to Beaver, Father knows best, howdy doody. That America does not exist anymore. The Republican Party, they got to do something because their base is totally white. In 2004, the United States Census Bureau said white Americans are going to be a minority in the United States of America. I don't think the Republican Party got that memo. They got to do something. Well, because the America that's come behind Barack, this mosaic, is the America of today. White, black, brown, yellow, various religions, gay, straight. That is new America, and the Republican Party and Giuliani and these other guys are stuck in the 1950s.
You know, Mike Barnicle, one of the great ironies of this election is the fact that John McCain was one of the few Republicans that fought hard for immigration reform. He was eviscerated by the party, and yet how I wonder what he's thinking this morning. The fact that he got destroyed.
But also, how many times did John McCain vote against Martin Luther King's birthday being a holiday in the state of Arizona?
Yeah, Let's
not leave that out.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the African American vote. I think he realized he was going to lose that one about 94-1 from the beginning. But McCain was one of the few Republicans that was talking about immigration reform. You know, ironically, Rove told the Republicans back in 2001, Hispanics are a growing force and we better figure out how to get them on our side. Republicans have failed utterly. They've lost African Americans. They've lost Hispanics. So I think you're right. It is the map is slipping away.
Yeah. Well, one of the ironies of John McCain is that he actually is one of the few Republicans who part of him came from a world that was truly integrated, the American military, even in the 1960s when he was serving. And the fact that the rest of his party seemed to have consciously walked away from that world, as Spike was just talking about, this new world that we're all a part of and have been a part of for some time, that they never recognize this. They better do a little bit more than go talk to Joe the plumber.
Hey, Spike, are you concerned about expectations being too high for Barack Obama?
Well, the man has the weight of the world on his shoulders, but as we've seen, he put together the greatest campaign ever. Yesterday, I spent half the day in Obama headquarters here in Chicago. There were hardly any people over 30. I was amazed. I was in a room with the speechwriters. They looked like they just came out of college. He's assembled great minds. And he's going to do the same thing when he assembles his cabinet. This is a new direction. I have complete faith that he's going to do the right thing.
Well, yeah, and Harold Ford, take it away, but this is a first-term senator. I mean, the whole issue of experience, I think, was a legitimate question from the get-go when he entered the race.
The country has spoken. Spike, how good does it feel to be an American this morning, man? It's a pleasure to see you, and I hope you do. I hope you decide to do something creatively about this and do some film about this.
Well, I don't know about a movie, but it feels great to be American today. I think this is a great day to be a citizen of the world. What happened yesterday affects the whole world. Why say that? Because the President of the United States affects the foreign policy, and the foreign policy of the United States of America affects the whole world. So this is a great day all over the world, not just here in America, not just here in Grant Park and beautiful Chicago, Illinois, the land of Lincoln.
All right, Spike Lee.
Spike.
Congratulations.
Can I do one thing? I just want to hold up this shirt.
What's it say?
Down goes McCain.
I don't know.
Down goes McCain.
Well,
remember how it goes so?
Okay.
Hey, Spike, next week when I come back to New York City, I'm going to bring you some Celtics and Red Sox sweatshirts, too.
Nice. There you go. Spike Lee, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Spike.
Great day, America.